Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 8 of our 21 days. And we're moving into our transformation section of our weeks together. And starting tonight is Who Am I? So that's a very deep subject. Look forward to that with Abby. We'll introduce you to her in a moment. Last night, I hope you all enjoyed the workshop and foot soak. We went quite late because we were all having enthralling conversations. So it was nice to meet you in the breakout rooms and just sort of hopefully give you some tips about, how to increase the strength of your meditation and start feeling things in your hands, etc. So before I ask Jenny to talk about what we're going to do today and introduce Abby, I just want to know if there was anyone perchance is new today. It's fine to be new, but we'll look after you in a bit more special way if you are new today. So going forward from today, we won't have the self-realization process each time. So we've fully inculcated that with everyone who's been regularly here. But if someone new comes, they're most welcome. But we've got a breakout room specially so that we can explain a little bit and go through that separately, and then they can rejoin. But if you are new, you can either put a message in the chat or raise your hand. It does look like we've all been here before, so that's a wonderful thing. No, I can't see any raised hands. So Jenny, would you like to tell us a little bit about what's happening today and maybe introduce Abby?
Sure. Hello, everyone. It's very nice to be here with you all. Tonight's topic, as Lynn mentioned, is Who Am I? And it's probably something that we've already asked ourselves in some form of another in our life. And it is the words that we say when it's the first step of our self-realization. We place our hand on our heart and we ask, who am I? And then we answer this with the words, I am the spirit. And today, Abby is going to explore this more deeply and to help connect ourselves to our spirit, which lies in our heart. We have requested that you have a candle with you. So a candle sitting on a plate. I think Lynn may have one handy, disappearing into the rock.
Yeah, this is in a little container. It's just a tea light candle.
Yes, something like that. If you don't have that one today, that's okay. You can try using this technique after the session.
In a little bucket.
Well, yes, any form of candle will do the job. There she is.
Nice. Scented one. We've got many.
Do we get the feeling that Lynn uses this technique often? So, yes, if you have that candle handy, that's wonderful. If you don't, you can just place your hand on the corresponding chakra and that will work beautifully. Now, we have Abby today and we're very excited because Abby is from America.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Abby. It's very nice to have you.
Thank you.
Now, Abby, I love asking people this question, so I will ask it of you. When did you come to Sahaja Yoga?
I was in high school. This was back in India when my father introduced me to Sahaja Yoga.
Okay.
And at that age, I couldn't really understand much.
Yeah.
But I would say I had a glimpse of Shri Mataji. She visited the city where I lived. And that did it for me. I knew that she's real. Whatever she said was real. And I stuck on.
And so over the years, we all know that we have many obstacles that take us away from our meditation and stop us from meditating. But what has kept you going in Sahaja Yoga? What has kept you in Sahaja Yoga?
Well, my experiences, because yes, as I said, I started in high school and I was like any other kid, quite distracted and have too many things to do, trying to search my path, in my education or, any decision making. And when Sahaj Yoga happened to me, I really didn't have those deep experiences that people talked about, but I instantly had change in me, which everybody around me noticed. I didn't realize that that's me. But my friends told me, and then my teachers, they came up to me and said, because I suddenly, my grades went way up high, you know. So that was a big miracle because I was an average student. But when you start standing in the top level, topping the class, and that was crazy. Everybody was like shocked. I was shocked. My parents were also shocked. But then I knew that with this practice of meditation, of connecting with the spirit, it's all real. It is no more a fairy tale or fantasy. And because I could see the effect on me. And when more and more of my experience developed, and then how Shri Mataji talked about, she brought the most pragmatic solutions to everything that we do. So I relied very much on her guidance, through speeches, through meditation, and of course the lovely family of Sage Yogis. You're all there for me to look after us all along, right from that
Yeah.
moment of period when you are, all confused, you don't know what you're doing. So settling us down with that love and care which we needed. And then I realized that I really wanted that. I wanted to be part of this huge group of people who everybody thinks the same. Was no duality. Everybody was genuine. There was nothing anybody wanted from you. So obviously, you knew that this kind of community of people that you're connected with, you want to always be there because you want to keep yourself grounded. You don't want to get into trouble. So everything played a role.
Lovely. Thank you very much for sharing
Thank you.
that. And we hand the session over to you now.
Great. I'm so glad. I'm very fortunate for this great opportunity. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you, Jenny. And as you know, I'm from America. I'm coming from a country right now. You can say the divine has put me at this place where I want to spread this message of Sahaja Yoga to everybody around me, everywhere in the society. And having this opportunity today to share with all of you whatever I know, whatever limited I have understood so far, I hope it will help you in your meditation, in understanding what you are made of. So let me begin with the theme of this week is transformation, as we all know. What is transformation? We all know when we think of transformation, we know something has to change into something, right? So Shri Mataji put it so beautifully, so simply, as transformation means evolution. You evolve into something higher. So she has given some beautiful example, very simple example, like a flower that is blossoming and then it is becoming a fruit. So it has to drop out many things. And then with that nature, you have to see that unison, that connection. So even with Sahaja Yoga, if you want to get to the nature of it, you have to see, you will see that these blessings, we call them blessings, but it is just a manifestation. When the flower becomes a fruit, you know that it is valuable. It has something to do with you. As I said, even with me, when I started doing Sahaja Yoga, yes, I did hear about meditation. I did hear about mantras or that you have to have your focus on something higher. But Sahaj Yoga gave a shape to it. It gave a complete shape to it. It's like, you know these concepts. You know that there is clay, there is mud, but then when a potter, an expert, he makes it into something that can be utilized. So I think this is what Sri Mataji and Sahaj Yoga can do for you and for everybody around you. So you will see this transformation automatically happens effortlessly. And that's another reason Shri Mataji called it Sahaj. Sahaj means simple. It has to be simple. Like our breathing, like the way our heart beats, we didn't have to do anything. We were born with it. We just have to balance out. Now, we saw this transformation just now, how a seed, when we put it in the Mother Earth, it sprouts, it becomes into something more beautiful, and then over the years, it grows into a tree, it gives shade to everybody, it gives its flowers and fruits and spreads the beauty around. So that is the transformation we are talking about here in Sahaja Yoga as well. Now, the topic is who am I? Yes, that is where we all start off. We begin our seeking from this very question. Even if you don't have that question, you can see in our pursuit of happiness, or in our search for that joy, or something that we're looking for to keep ourselves content and peaceful, you will always come across situations where you understand that I'm not as happy as I thought I will be. I mean, somebody who is, working, he aspires to become something, and once he's at that stage, he realizes that this is not complete. It has its own issues, it has its own problems. Why am I not so happy? Be it even in the emotional side of our being, even if, say, we are in a relationship, we feel this is everything to me for that period of time. But then later on, somehow we do come across those situations where we can think that, oh my God, probably I'm not feeling that joyous. What's wrong with me, or what's wrong with the environment? We start finding faults with others or ourselves. So then you start to ask, really, is this what it is? Is this what I'm made for? Who is my creator? So when such questions start popping in your head, know that you are entering or evolving to that stage, special stage of a seeker. We say that you are seeking something. Now you're seeking something higher. Apart from all the materialistic world, all the environment around you, you will see that when this point comes in your life, and everybody, I know that everybody, all of us reach there, but maybe for whatever reason, we might not take the next step. But I would say Sage Yoga is that step that will be taking you and giving you those answers. So, as I said, so we are all born as kids. We are given names by our parents. We understand the world around us as being something like I can say, this is my name, this is my identity, and this is where I live. But what beyond that? You see, if you look beyond that, that is all artificial. It is like a tag. It is like a covering, but it is not inside. Inside of me, there is something else. There are so many other layers. There are so many other phases, facets, like a diamond. Different shapes and different colors. So if you look deep down, you can start feeling. You can start asking, "Am I just this body?" Because body is also again changing, right from my birth. I have grown now. Now I know in another 50 years I'll be old. The same body that I love so much might not be as functional. So is that my identity, that with that which changes over time? Or is it my mental being? Now my mental being, it thinks, it likes something today, it doesn't like something today. It likes to be around certain you know situations, but then again I see the next and it's again changing. It is not absolute. So am I this mind, that flittering, wavering mind that always keeps changing from time to time? Or the next question you can ask yourself is, am I these emotions that I keep feeling? If it takes me too much into a wave or in some turmoil, or is it just sometimes gets excited? Am I this phase of going up and down, again round and round, and then getting tired one day and wondering, is this all necessary? So also you can think that, am I something or someone that others perceive of me? Again, that could be a different story. What people think of you, but what you are deep inside, maybe there is no relation, but things happen. People perceive you as someone, but inside you are something else. And before we go deep down and understand ourselves, I would like to bring your attention to these great visionaries, to these great seekers. You can see they were very much evolved. They were at a very higher state in their understanding and awareness, I would say, because they brought these amazing, subtle ideas to the world and tried to bring the attention of the entire humanity to something that is more subtle. So I'm going to start with the Saint Adi Shankaracharya. He was from the 8th century. He was born at that time and very much revered in India. People actually see him as someone of a very, very highly evolved soul, enlightened soul. And in his poetry, you can see how he tried to bring this beautiful nuances of looking beyond yourself, looking beyond what you perceive around you. So, one such excerpt that I have put on this slide, where he writes that I am not the mind, nor the intellect, nor the ego sense, nor the storehouse of memories. I am not the ear, I am not the tongue, I am not the nose, nor the eyes, nor am I the sky or the earth, fire or air. I am the supreme auspiciousness of nature of consciousness. That is bliss. I am auspiciousness. Now, this beautiful, in a poetic form, again, he tried to put it so beautifully that this is what I'm not. Actually, it's a very lengthy 8 paragraph poem that he wrote. And he could identify that, all the time we are identifying, like, say, for example, I live in Virginia, USA. So now I'm an American, and to have huge homes, luxury homes and cars, and living the American life, if I start identifying that, you will see that that which is unreal, again, after I'm gone, it is no more me. So what is that? So he, with his poetry, he tried to bring our attention and understand that no, you are not all these things. This is all artificial. Again, this is, you're still at a level which is more superficial. And he also gave a solution how to go beyond it. And one of his other poetry, which is the Atma Bodha, in which he wrote that through study, through introspection and meditation, you can get rid of your lust, desires, and discover your real self. Now, all that, when you let go of these things, you will see that what he mentions is you can get to your real self. And then he writes, it is through your self-realization you gain this knowledge of the self. So again, he talked about self-realization, and then he says, by discovering yourself, you experience the infinite, all-pervading Brahma, the Supreme Spirit. Now, it's very nice to read. It also elevates you when you read it. You want to get rid of all the things that is not real inside of you. When the question comes, how? All right. So we'll keep that question there and let's move on to another such great enlightened soul called Gautama Buddha. Now, as we all know, he was also from, I think, the 6th century. He was born, and he tried his level best to find out why human beings have suffering. Now, when he came across, at his time, when he saw the people around him and when he saw the suffering, he took it up. He went into different meditations. He tried various techniques. He went to different masters of that time to see what is the root of human problems. Why is nobody happy? Why there are always situations where you come across where it ends up in misery? So after his enlightenment, again, his enlightenment of self-realization, he also got his self-realization. He took to a path. He gave this guidance to his disciples to follow these 4 rules. One, again, to look at your suffering, find out your sufferings. The second, he said, at this stage, you can see the cause of suffering, and that cause is basically your desires. And then he talked about Nirodha, how to get to detach from those desires, to get to the self. And then finally, the enlightenment of the spirit through self-realization, following a middle path, again, a center path. Now, again, all these words, trust me, you can totally get mesmerized. You will feel elevated, but you want to taste it. And you want to ask this question, how do I do it? Again, I'll say, hold on to that. We'll see now another great personality. People worship him, people look for his guidance, they awaken him. But he also talked about the self. And when did he say that? This is a little conversation between Nicodemus and Lord Jesus Christ, when he said that no one can enter the kingdom of God unless you are born again. So he talked about being born again, and Nicodemus asked him, how am I to be born again? Do I need to go back to my mother's womb? That I have to be born again? Well, to which he replied that very truly I tell you, no one can enter the kingdom of God unless they are born of water and the spirit. Now, here the water is, now you have to try to understand. It's all very puzzling, you see. So, but you can see, if you see now in this light of Sahaja Yoga, and how Shri Mataji talks about it, how she relates this water with the spirit, you will find out that it is all integrated, it is all connected. They all talked about reaching that spirit. Now, he also talked to him and said that that which is born of flesh is flesh, but that which is born of the spirit is spirit. So, this is something beyond the flesh, that is beyond our bodies. So, we have to go beyond the body. How is it possible? I'm always bringing that question again. How? So again, let's see what Prophet Muhammad, he was in Arabia, born at a very tough time when people were so barbaric, they were killing at sight and looting people, looting women. So how he had to bring in the word of divine surrenderance to God Almighty. So he said about this absolute being, he called it the Ruh. And he said that this rule was put in by God Almighty into every human being. Okay, and there's one other thing that he spoke, which is written in Surah Yasin. He talked about this last judgment, the resurrection, or doomsday, you call it. At that time, your hands will speak. Now, see the connection now. See the connection now. If you have started doing Sahaja Yoga and you have understood that your first encounter with yourself is when you can start to feel a cool or a hot breeze flowing on your hands or your fingertips. Now, people at that time were speaking in mystical words, or they were interpreted that way, I could say, and that's how they understood, that's how they followed. But it's not the speaking but knowing, it is knowing what is going on your hands or your fingertips. And again, the next question is how. Now, I also would like to share this other information here about this mountain. This mountain here is called Mountain Kailash, very, very much venerated by all the Indians. Almost everyone knows the greatness of this power. They know there is something divine and something higher about it, something much more beyond your intellect that you can perceive. So this mountain, holy mountain, is very much worshipped, and it is considered to be a symbol of this divine deity, Lord Shiva. Now, Shri Mataji revealed to all of us that why this place is special, what is so special about this mountain. And she said that it is the Kundalini of the Mother Earth. So our Mother Earth, you see, we use the Mother Earth power to cleanse ourselves, to cleanse our chakras, to connect with nature. She's pretty much surrounding us, looking after us. So her Kundalini actually has come out from this mountain, and that's why this mountain is that powerful. It can give you an experience that can go take you beyond your senses, beyond everything that you can imagine. But again, not before your realization, I would say after your realization, because then on your central nervous system, you start to understand the significance of this place. Now, one such place that we also discovered, that is in America. Now it is called Mountain Ajiukuchuk. Now, lot of the Native Americans used to now even today they go there, they worship this mountain. They worship this mountain. It is placed up in the northeast side of America, and there they believe that this is the place of the Supreme Spirit, and they believe that it has supernatural powers. So they come here, do their worship, do their rituals, and it makes them feel closer to the spirit, closer to the air. They say the air in this surrounding is different. It is higher. It is much higher. So you can understand this knowledge of Kundalini, this knowledge of aesthetics of these vibrations was known to the people right even much before our human civilization entered into different periods of modernization and other things. So you see, all of them have talked about this one connection, and that is to become the spirit. So even though these religions look like different branches, but they are part of the same tree. They're trying to tell you that seek yourself, go beyond these things that you understand, things that you can just see, touch, feel, taste, hear. It is limited. It has its own limitation. But when you go beyond this, that's when you can taste that absolute self that is within you. Now, it is that area which you can tap into very easily because of, I would say, the grace of Her Holiness Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Now, she made it so easy, so simple for all of us, not just to listen to the recipe, but she gave a taste of it. She talked about all the things. She connected all the dots between all the religions, all the aboriginals, all the ancient things that are genuine. So she brought us to that platform where we can see that everyone actually talked about the same thing. We are not a divided world. We are all in one unison. So you will see that after realization, it is very easy to understand what these different great enlightened souls have talked about, what the religions have talked about. If you go to the organization itself, yes, I can say, yes, there are a lot of differences. But if you take to the root, what these incarnations or what these great souls have talked, you will see that everyone is on the same page. So why are we divided? Why are we so confused? Why are we not understanding each other? Why there is not peace around us? Because within us, there is a disintegrating force that has been developed. Now, that is the biggest challenge. That is the biggest challenge. Before we listen to what Shri Mataji has to say about the spirit, I would say let us all get into a state of meditation. And in that meditative state, let us try to connect to Shri Mataji's words and absorb what she has to say about this whole thing. So, as we all know, I think you're all familiar how to raise your Kundalini and give yourselves a bandhan. So let us do that right now. Can we have Shri Mataji's picture on the screen? Thank you. Now, there is something, if you have noticed, that all of us, when we meditate, we try to tell you to meditate on her photograph, to meditate looking at her, the red dot, or, to keep your eyes open or closed depending on the state. You will see, because she made it possible. It all happened very spontaneously, that when she gave the realization or the awakening of the Kundalini, the people were feeling in her presence, they were feeling tremendous vibrations, tremendous opening of the chakras. But when she was not there, because she was traveling, her husband was in London. She started her work in India, of course. That's when she gave the first group their realization. But when she moved to England, it was very difficult for people to meditate in her absence, physical absence. So that's when she thought of doing this little, she gracing us. She said, okay, I'll give you my picture. And through my picture, you can meditate. So She in fact said that her photograph is equivalent to her physical presence. So we can actually absorb and connect with her chakras. You see? So what more do you need? Now it's like a soap in your hand. If you want to wash yourself, you can do it. Now in her presence, people would just raise their hands and feel the opening of the chakras and the kundalini coming up. So it is it is again sahaj. It has to be simple. Nobody has to walk every step, but you are just sitting on the elevator. You sit down, you ask Shri Mataji, let your chakras cleanse me, and the magic happens. So you will see that throughout this meditation, we always highly recommend to use her photograph to meditate on. Uh, Even if sometimes, if you are not familiar with the style or the understanding, don't worry. After a while, you will start to see the effect, like it happened with me. As I said, I did not understand the technicalities. I did not understand chakras when I started off. But when I was meditating, when I was cleansing, that is using her chakras to cleanse my channels and chakras, the effect was my brain started becoming thoughtless. I started having state of complete you can say that emptiness. If a pot is filled already with stuff and then you try to pour in more knowledge, it is always overflowing. And the stress of everything. So whenever I would meditate, and then I realized that that is the power of the vibrations coming from her photograph. So we can connect with her as much as possible. You see, this also doesn't have to be told, and she said, don't consider me as a guru or a teacher. I'm just your mother. What more sweeter relationship can you have with somebody who's so loving, who's so caring, who just wants you to get in touch with that inner beauty that is inside of you? So that's the whole thing. There is no behind the scenes some kind of an obligatory objective here. So all I would say, with a very open heart, like a little child who is in front of his mother, all he wants is some nourishment. You sit down innocently and try to meditate and suck whatever you need to. And that also, you don't have to too much understand oh, am I doing it right or am I doing it wrong? There's no right or wrong. But your heart, if your heart is there, it starts to work. It is not the technique, but again, the heart. So let us, with this understanding, let us raise our Kundalini and give ourselves a bandhan. As we know, left hand is in the front and the right hand goes around it, inside out. We raise the Kundalini up, tie a knot. The second time, and this time we make 2 knots. And the third time. So this is very symbolic because we know Mother Kundalini is like a string, a rope. So tying her up, asking her to come up and station here, stabilize here. That's why you tie her up. And now you want to have a protection, a shield, a balancing. So what you do is left hand towards a photograph and the right hand goes like a inverted U around you. You're giving yourself what we call as a bandhan. And then you bring it back. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now open both your hands. If you can, if you have any spectacles or anything that is on your face or a hat or anything, just take it aside. Keep yourself very much without any object hindering your attention. Sometimes if you are wearing rings or certain jewelry also you can not face her picture or meditate. Well, you can take it off for the time being and wear it back later. And then if you're sitting on a chair, I would request you to keep your feet apart. And if you're sitting on the ground, no problem. Now, just for a few minutes, let us connect with Shri Mataji with the desire to meditate on her chakras. You just say, Shri Mataji, please give me a meditative mood so I can connect with my spirit. Now let us start by placing our right hand on the left side of our heart, the left hand remaining towards her. This posture is to absorb the vibrations from her photograph and trying to bring in this divine vibration into your heart chakra so that your spirit can start to manifest within you. So the best way I would say is just humble down in your hearts. Just say, Shri Mataji, please come in my heart. You can repeat that as many times as you want till you feel her presence in your heart. Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Let us say this 12 times. Sincerely, from your heart, Shri Mataji, by your grace, I am the pure spirit. Now, let's bring our right hand back. If you are trying to feel anything on your left hand, See, the spirit resides in the left side of our heart chakra. So here we will see if there is any blockages that is stopping you to connect with your spirit. So very simply, I would say, let us place our right hand towards Mother Earth, the left hand again towards Shri Mataji's picture. Here you just say, Shri Mataji or Divine Mother, please cleanse my left channel. Like a little child telling his mother what he wants. Just say, Mother, please cleanse my left channel and remove all the negativities, all the imbalances within me into the Mother Earth. Push it out. Push out anything negative that is against my spirit, Shri Mataji. Let your divine vibrations cleanse my left channel and remove all the imbalances into the Mother Earth. Try to look at her face, if you can, possibly without blinking, as long as you can. This will allow to open your sixth chakra on your forehead and just say, Shri Mataji, purify my left channel and remove all my imbalances into the Mother Earth. Now again, if we need some more help to cleanse our left channel, we can use the help of a light or the candle. Now, very easy. All you have to do is put it in front of you, a photograph. Now, the left hand towards the candle, right hand towards the ground, and of course, you have her picture in front of you. So you will see that the kind of vibrations that this candle can emit, it can start cleansing your left channel, which we know is the moon channel, the channel which tends to become from blue to black, again, due to our imbalances, our unsettled emotions. So you will see very simply how beautifully, in a Sahaj, simple way, this entire channel can be cleared. Left hand towards the candle you place in front of her picture, and the right hand on the ground. And once again, let us just say, Holy Mother, please cleanse my left side. And burn away all the wrong ideas about myself, burn away all the fears within me, burn away all the depressive ideas, ideas that is against my spirit. Please burn away. and remove the negativity into the Mother Earth. Any thoughts coming from my past, all these baggages, please take it away and lift me up so I can connect with the pure spirit within me. I am the pure spirit. There you go. Now, this is how we balance out our left channel. You will see slowly and steadily your left side will start to get nourished through your own Kundalini, which is the reflection again, but you have to get to the spirit that is inside of you. Now, we can bring our right hand back on the lap. Now we'll clear the right channel. We'll place the left hand facing up, palm facing backward, right hand towards her photograph. Now let us just say, again, we are using her chakras, her vibrations. Very simple, make it very simple and just say, "O Divine Mother, let your vibrations cleanse my right channel and remove all the negativities, all the imbalances into the ether element." Shri Mataji, please remove all the excessive heat from my sun channel, my entire right side, and remove it into the ether element. You see, we are trying to repair our vehicle, so give it to the expert. Shri Mataji, I leave it to you. I leave all my futuristic thoughts, all my planning, all my thinking. Please take care of my right channel and remove all the imbalances from my right side into the ether element. We can also say, I do nothing. I am not the doer. It is God Almighty who does everything. It is the divine power that does everything. Shri Mataji, please cleanse my right side. all my blocks due to my ego, due to my worrying, planning, thinking. Oh, Divine Mother, please release all the excessive heat into the ether element. Now bring back your left hand back on your lap. Now with the center channel, now the center energy, centering energy, we will raise with our right hand as if you are raising some water across all your 7 chakras and pouring it on top of your head. Now this will give the additional force to your Kundalini to rise up, integrating all the chakras and coming up on top of your head. Now your hands, your fingers are all activated. All the chakras are moving. So let us do this a couple of more times. Do it slowly, just to see the effect. You can do this as many times as you want. Now see if you can feel a cool or a hot breeze coming on top of your head. Try with your other hand, left hand up again. If you're putting your left hand up and you're feeling a warmth coming out, you can just keep saying in your heart, I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. Till you feel the coolness, you can keep repeating it. Identify yourself with the pure spirit. Shri Mataji, I am the pure spirit. Again, bring your hand back on your lap. Let's try the same thing with our right hand up, a few inches up, just to see if you can feel at some point. Some people feel much higher, no problem. Just place your hand up there. And if you're feeling a warm or a hot breeze, say, Shri Mataji, I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. Just forgive. Now, try an experiment. Put both hands facing up towards the sky. We have done it before also. We'll do it again today. Place it up and ask a question. Is this the cool breeze that Christ talked about? Is this the cool breeze of the Holy Spirit within me? Or is this the cool breeze that Buddha, Prophet Muhammad, Adi Shankara talked about. Am I feeling it on my hands? Slowly bring it down. Put it at the level of your heart. Now try to watch a photograph without thinking. Just watch. Relax your hand back on your lap. And let us listen to Shri Mataji's talk on spirit as we continue to meditate.
The preciousness of your spirit is immeasurable, and that's why it is called as a thing of eternal value, because it is infinite. You cannot measure. Now, God, the Almighty, we say, is Sat Chit Anand. Sat means the truth. The truth we understand in human terminology is relative. But the Sat I am telling you is the absolute from where all the relations start. Example, I'll tell you how to understand. This earth has got oceans and rivers and all kinds of waters, you can say. But earth is enveloping all of them. If the Mother Earth was not there, there could not have been any of these existing. So we can say that Mother Earth is the support of all the things that exist on her. She is enveloping us. In the atoms she exists. In the big mountains she exists. Because the elements are part of that earth. In the same way, God Almighty, the Sat part of Him, the truth, is the support of all the things that are created or not created. Another example you try to understand. How the Sat is the Purusha, is the God, who does not take actual part in the creation itself, but is a catalyst. The example can be like this, that I am doing all the work, I am creating everything, but I have a light in my hand. Without the light, I cannot do anything. Light is the support of my work. But the light does not in any way do anything about what I do. In the same way, God Almighty is just a witness, like a light. But his another quality is his chitta, is his attention. When it is excited, in Sanskrit there's a very good word, spurad, is pulsates. When it pulsates, his attention when it pulsates, then through his attention he starts creating. And he has third quality, which we call as Anand. Anand is the feeling of joy that he gets by his perception, by his creation. The joy that he gets. All these three things, when they are at a 0 point where they meet, then they become the principle of Brahma, where these three things are one, where there is complete silence. Nothing is created, nothing is manifested, but the joy is one with the attention. Because attention has reached and merged into joy, and joy has become one with the truth. This combination of three qualities separate and create three types of phenomena. The Anand, the joy, in God, moves with his creation and with the truth. When the joy starts moving with the creation starts moving down from first the truth stage to asat, from sat to untruth, to maya, to illusion. And that time the creation starts on the right hand side. The creative forces start working out, and when it starts working out, the joy in it, which is on the left hand side, is the emotional side of God, also starts becoming grosser and grosser. The creation starts becoming grosser, and the joy in it also starts becoming grosser. And the light of God also starts becoming grosser and grosser and grosser, till they reach a stage where there is, we can say, a complete darkness of Tamoguna, the complete creation of the creativity, and the complete sleeping of the joy element. Clearer? Do you understand now Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati? That's why Christ said, I am the light. Because he represents the Sat, the light of God. And light of God becomes absolutely grows dormant, dead when it reaches the seventh stage of creation. All these things go deeper and deeper, becoming grosser and grosser. That's one part of the parabole. Now the another part of the parabole starts when you are ascending back to God Almighty. That grossness now gradually starts becoming higher and higher, subtler and subtler, and finer and finer. In that refinement, you find ultimately the light works for the evolutionary process. Gradually, the grosser parts start becoming enlightened. You find a lower animal is not that much enlightened as the higher animal is. Gradually, even the joy starts becoming subtler and we can call it beautiful. Human joys are much more beautiful than that of animals. So the joys also start changing their manifestation, in the sense you start seeing more and wider range of joy comes into your hand. For example, to a dog, beauty has no meaning. Decency has no meaning. So at a stage when you are a human being, to that extent you develop your sat, which is awareness. To that extent you also develop your joy, and to that extent you also develop your creative action. Now you see how the creativity of God passes into the hand of man when he turns round. How the joy of God passes into the hand of man, and how his light comes into the heart of man as spirit. It's beautiful. And at that stage, when you have become a human being, people say human beings have a soul. Not that others do not have, but the light starts burning in a human being only. Because of that light, we talk of religion, we talk of God, and we talk of eternal things. But it's a very precarious stage that is to be human beings. Because at this stage, you have to jump only a little bit that side while you start jumping this side and that side. Because this jumping is not possible unless and until the awareness reaches that stage where you become independent, and in that independence you find your own glory. This is the position. Because your glory cannot be yours unless and until you are independent. As long as you are slaves or under bondage of something that is gross, how can you enjoy that eternal joy that is within you? So it is for you to expose yourself more to that joy by opening out yourself more and more, getting subtler and cleaner, so that you feel that joy. Once you know this point, that after getting self-realization, unless and until these three things start merging together, you cannot feel that you have established yourself. The joy within you must be felt through your awareness, otherwise you cannot feel it. Supposing you had no eyes, how can you see? If you were not aware to see me, how will you feel me? If you are not aware to feel me, how can you see me? If you are not aware to hear me, how can you understand me? And once that awareness comes to you, then only the joy awakens within you. Because only through these subtle feelings of awareness you are going to absorb the joy. As just now you felt him and you said, oh, what a beautiful thing it is. You felt very happy. You are feeling the joy of this creation that is taken. And man is the summit of creation. But only the crowning part is such a little thing. Very little it is. It's a very little distance. It crosses in no time. But only thing is that these three things have to be combined. And that's why I find that even you get realization, you do not feel the silence because you have not become the light. You do not feel the joy because you have not become the Anand. That is the left side of yourself. In everything there is joy. As human being only you start seeing joys in the patterns. You see a tree bark, you open it out, you see the patterns. You call it the veneer, you call it the roughness and the smoothness and the harmony of it. You start seeing in the matter the joy of its creation. But now, after realization, you start feeling the joy of creation. The summit of creation is the human being. And that's why for a Sahaja Yogi, you must realize that if he tries to be, say, friendly or interested or involved in a person who is at a lower level, he can never get joy from that person. Only thing what he can do is to raise that person higher to his own level and make him also feel the same joy as you are getting. Supposing a man who is an artist marries a blind girl, what's the use? She cannot enjoy the art created by this man. In the same way, if you are interested, say, in your family people, in your relations, in your friends, the first thing and the highest and the greatest thing that you can give is to give them self-realization, means the joy of your spirit. Expose them to the joy of their spirit, which is the most precious thing. And this is the reason why people flicker and they fiddle and they feel uneasy. They lose their joy very easily at the small thing that has constantly finished. It's like the ocean before you, and I am there and I want you all to come into and enjoy. It is all for you. The whole thing was created for your enjoyment. You have to become subtler and subtler. We are wasting a lot of time here on very gross things. You have noticed it.
Let us continue in this meditative state and listen to some music based on Indian classical rag. It is called Rag Bhairava. On guitar. We can now thank this divine power for giving us our self-realization, for giving us the initialization, awakening the spirit within us. Let us also thank Shri Mataji for bringing all this knowledge, for awakening divinity within us, for integrating all the religions within us and giving us this unique awareness so we can recognize who we really are. With complete gratitude, let us all raise our Kundalini three times. Give ourselves a protection, Vandan.
Thank you, Abhi, for that beautiful session. And for your son's music. Thank you, Advay, if you're still there. We very much enjoyed listening to you play.
Yeah, that was really, really lovely. If anyone wanted to share their experience, how their meditation was today, and or if they have any questions about the talk, it was quite a deep and meaningful talk, but certainly was very nice to take us into meditation. So do feel free to unmute and ask any questions while we've got Abhi here with us. Rajiv, I see you've unmuted. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just have one thing. Today I felt like on my right hand I could feel the cool breeze, and with my left hand it was a very warm but a very faint one. I mean, I don't know, but yes, I just felt very nice today. Very, very well.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
Warm on the left hand.
Warm on the left and cool on the right.
Cool on the right. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder, Abby, you might be able to answer this, whether we do the left to right.
Yeah, we can
Useful.
do that when you're meditating. See, now your hands are speaking. So your left hand was warm. So it indicates a certain, your Kundalini is trying to work and get rid of the heat if there's any imbalances. As you know, the left side caters to your subconscious, your past, your emotions. So if you have something that is still hanging on to you, you will see that this Kundalini is pretty much showing you that, my dear son, get rid of it. So, as Auntie Lynn said, you can raise the left and put down the right. That will raise this left side because the left tends to get cold. It tends to sit back. It tends to take you in a dark room within you. You don't want that. So, raise your left side. You raise it up. You want to be confident. You want this light to make you feel that you are not what you were in the past. So, and then another thing, as I said during the meditation, if you can have a candle, see, it's a very simple thing. You get these candles anywhere. Put this candle when you're meditating in front of the photograph of Shri Mataji. And as I said, put your left hand towards her and towards the candle, and put your right hand on the ground. The same simple technique, left channel, you're trying to cleanse all that weight, all that entanglement, anything in the past that you've not forgiven or you could not let go, or you don't know what it is. It doesn't matter. You just say, Mother, clear me. And then you do this, you will see after a while that that warmth, that heat starts to disappear. And then, of course, as we have more sessions, you will learn more about the left side, how to protect it, how to keep it up, and how to keep these vibrations cooler and cooler every day. But very happy to hear your story, Rajiv. Continue to meditate. Do you have a picture of Shri Mataji to meditate on at home?
No, I don't, but I'll keep it.
You can download them from the
Yeah.
resources, Rajiv, if you get a chance.
Yeah, sure, I will. Yeah.
Quality is not quite as good as having an actual photograph, but still, if you get a nice quality color photograph printed out, it can still be good.
Hi.
Hello, Sabarish.
Hi, Lynn. Yesterday I had the class, and today I'm feeling a little bit better. But when I meditate, I'm having so much emotion or something in the past. But I'll continue to meditate. Thanks for the session. Just that I have only one question. So the one that you put a knot, so 3 times you have to do it. So is it like some kind of? What is it? Is it like? I don't know. I'm just doing it, but I don't know whether I'm doing it right or what is this knot? If you could explain, it would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I always feel that it's like expressing your desire to keep your attention up on the Sahasrara. That's what I always feel that I'm doing. I really want to tie it up there, keep it up there.
And also, Sabarish, the important thing is too, as you raise your hands, take your attention where your hands are, and that will bring up your Kundalini and station it above your head. So don't get caught up on the mechanics, because you'll also see Shri Mataji doing it with slight variation in different videos. But the most important thing is that you do raise it 3 times and take your attention up as you do it.
Yes, I would like to add something to that, Sabarish. You see, as you keep meditating, cleansing your chakras, you will see that gushing flow of vibrations the moment you do this. And then when you tie it up, there is this like a cloud of vibrations, and you want that your power, as Auntie Jenny and Auntie Len said, that when you tie something up, the knot, it stays up there. You see, it cannot fall down easily. So all that I'm waiting when you will have these experiences as you keep meditating every day, morning and evening. It's like music. You see, you when you start off, we might not be so great. We just start learning some music, but as you keep practicing, you will see, you will start to understand the technique and everything. Everything you will know on your own. All this knowledge is within you. All this technique that Shri Mataji has come up with, it is based on complete experimentation. So she's seen all the combinations of chakras, and she's found the simplest way, the most balanced, simplest way how to bring your attention quickly here, and you get your Kundalini up here, stationed for a longer time.
Gidrius
Thank
has
you.
got
Thank you very much.
a good question here for everyone. Gidrius is saying that it's difficult to let go of the thoughts from my past and the plans of the future. So that's a very good question. And just the first thing that comes to mind is just watch. And immediately the action of watching those thoughts, that's not you. You're immediately removed from it. And as you watch, you'll be less involved and they won't be so bothersome to you and they'll just sort of drop off. So don't worry too much. Just watch is my suggestion.
Absolutely. I see as if I have, let's say, this program or something is coming up. Yes, it does make you a bit, oh, I hope I'll do well. I hope things will happen properly. But it's like, you're traveling on the train. There is a station, you're going to the next one and the next one and the next one. So you want to, as Auntie said, you see it. It's like a layer of you're transforming. Now, if you place your attention on the spirit, see, that is the hook. You see, if you're trying to climb a mountain, you place the hook on the top. Don't worry about the obstacles. You keep climbing up. You keep climbing up. So that hook is your spirit. As you keep ascending there, you want to reach there. You will not worry about the obstacle. You're not worry about, oh, there was a big boulder or I was hit by a rock. Don't worry about it. I have to look at the destination and everything will be a breeze.
And you pick up that hook in your heart and let it take you right on through the brain, straight up to the top.
Yes.
There's also a couple of practical things that you can do as well, Gedres. If you, as you're meditating, if you can keep raising your hand to the top of the head and lightly touching your Sahasrara, and this will invite the Kundalini to come up more strongly and pass through your brain and push those thoughts aside. So if you're finding that you're finding your thoughts keep moving, just try this and see how you go. And after a while, your attention will go beyond your thoughts or above your thoughts.
Yeah, Sabine was saying about the music was lovely, but she found it a little energetic. So it is, it's true. If we're feeling energetic, then maybe that slower music for yourself. I guess it's different on different times. And for somebody who was feeling a little dozy, it probably would have been perfect. If you're already feeling energetic, then it might make you more energetic. I guess it's not to think about it too much.
Yeah, and I have a suggestion also for, like, say, even listening to Shimaji's talk or some music or any kind of video that we play here. So if your attention is, not able to be put on that constant spot, so that's why there can be a difference in vibrations. So that's why we verify. You see, if there is a certain music that you're listening to, and it is, of course, if it is uh, making you more energetic or hyper, know that probably your subtle system needs something else. Or you can ask other people. That's why we have Sahaja Yoga, we have things to verify. Like, say, 10 people are there, and 8 of them have felt the cool breeze, but 2 of them have not. So you will understand that that's how you need to logically get to a conclusion that probably the 2 had something in their own system or in their attention where we were. So that also, so it'll be very easy to decipher what exactly you're feeling. So with practice, with attention, again bringing it back, even if you're feeling heat or a tingle or something that is causing an imbalance, bring your attention back. Just like Auntie Jenny said, bring it back on top of your head, where you go beyond. You transcend anything. You can be anywhere. You can be in the most chaotic situation. Bring your attention up here, and it's like it doesn't touch you. It doesn't affect you. It is not having those effects that normally. But when we are a little involved, or we have a certain taste, like, say, I'm coming from India, I like spicy food. If I eat something bland, I'm like, oh, whoa, 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 what's this? But if I go beyond my taste, you see, and I see beyond it that love, oh wow, I can enjoy it. There's no harm. I can enjoy anything now. You can eat any kind of food. You meet different people. You can enjoy talking on different subjects. Nothing bothers you because you're inside. You're content. You are here. So you have gone beyond all the likes and dislikes. So, that's another way to keep up your meditative state, wherever situation you are in.
Sabine, I'll also ask, this is Rachita here. I'm one of the techies in the background, so I'm
Thank you,
probably just a
Rachita.
voice coming over. But Sabine, all I'll say is, and anyone else, that music like that is hard on the internet because things lag and it's not the best as if we were watching it live. So please don't feel as if, oh my gosh, was this just me that I couldn't sit still during the energetic music? Don't worry, I was getting a little bit agitated too, because the internet was breaking it up, and I was thinking of ways to smooth it down. So what I'll just say to everyone is, when we do play live music in these 21 days, and if you find, it's not helping you stay in that quiet state, don't be shy to maybe, lower the volume a bit, or if you have to mute it, do what suits you. Like Abhi said, maybe some people are jamming along with it. They're like, you know what, this is cool. But maybe you want that silent state. So you do you. There's no hard and fast rule. No one's judging you here that, oh, am I meant to meditate with such energetic music? It could be a yes or a no. But please feel free to always find on YouTube, some flute or piano, whatever keeps you happy. Just go for it. So that's just my little techie tip there for everyone. So yeah.
On the website as well, Sabine, we have in our resources section, we have a range of different music that you might like to go through and see what works best for you.
Yeah, because Sarita's just said that she likes the different paces. So yeah, there's always something new to try and something suit at the time. And then on some days we'll like something and another day we won't.
Exactly.
Or we keep focusing on the spaces, or we keep focusing on the music. Yeah.
Something that Gedrius came back with, he said both his hands are feeling hot. Again, that's a very good thing, because it means that your Kundalini is working. Your Kundalini is working, and she's bringing you into balance. She's clearing all those obstructions that we all have in our chakras and our channels, and it creates friction. So just like we rub our hands together and it becomes hot, your Kundalini is rubbing through those obstructions, and that creates heat, and it's manifesting on your hands as heat. But the more you meditate, you'll find that changes. Your chakras are like an onion. So when Kundalini comes across some obstruction, it'll be warm, but as soon as the Kundalini clears it, it'll go cool. So it's always changing, but it's certainly very good that you're getting that sensitivity already.
Yeah, very good.
Maybe can we ask Gideus to put both his hands on Mother Earth and meditate for a few minutes? Yeah, can do that.
Yeah, let's all do that. Put our hands towards the earth. We can say inside ourselves, Mother Earth, please absorb all the heat from my body. Thank you, Mother, for clearing all my chakras. How's that feeling, Gudrius? Is it feeling a bit cooler? My hands are feeling a bit cooler. Some good advice here to have a foot soak. Absolutely. We'll be having our foot soaks after this, I guess. Drifting away. You must be feeling very relaxed, Gudrius.
Yeah.
Oh, with your thoughts.
That's all right. It's all working itself out.
It's been a long night.
Yeah, I know.
Or a long morning.
Gideus, try another thing whenever, next time. I don't know if we have time right now, but if you can see through the flame of the candle that you have, and if you could see Shri Mataji, because this element of this chakra is light element, and if you have those thoughts constantly and it's causing all the disturbances, you can see through this light, and look at her sixth chakra. She has this red dot on her forehead. So if you don't have the picture, you can see it on the laptop. Yeah. And then see through the flame and try to look at the red dot and just say, Shri Mataji, let your divine vibrations clear my brain and remove these thoughts. Remove it. So you see your intense desire. Now your desire is connected with your Kundalini. Your Kundalini is that key. She will connect. So you tell her and ask again, you have the catalyst as Shimadaji's picture. So both these instruments will start to work on your agya, where you want to say, I forgive, I forgive, I forgive. And if you can do this for a couple of times, you will see that it can relieve those thoughts. And probably your heat also will come down.
Very good, Gidris. He's going to put that in his schedule.
Yes.
I think we've come to a natural conclusion.
Yes.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Abby, for a lovely, lovely program. Hope you all enjoyed. And we'll look forward to tomorrow when we meet again. We'll have Hitoshi from Japan tomorrow night. So that's going to be good. We're covering the whole world. We've been to America today. We're off to Japan tomorrow. So that is very exciting. So thank you all. And if no one else has any other questions, we can say goodnight and look forward to the next moment, or we can be together again. So thank you all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
We'll put up the slide where the resources are. There we go. It's magically appeared. And see you all soon. Good night and good morning.